Hello, everybody. Yeah, we can edit that out. Hello, everybody. I'm the Car Bumb, and this is my car in Minecraft. Anyway, to get that stupid thing out of the way, but it actually ended up being a pretty good car. You know, it has like headlights and bumpers. It has big wheels and stuff, and then on the back it's oh, I guess I have a tail light out. Oh well. Anyways, this is one of my Minecraft worlds. It's not all that impressive. You know, I have simple things uh, just like farms here and there and everywhere. But today I'm going to be showing you a few things only because I keep on forgetting how to make them myself. And I would look at myself, except for I forgot what button is F5. There we go, F5. See, this is me in my place. Oh, curse of binding. Well, that's okay. Oh wow, I don't usually play with this, so it's kind of weird. So I'm just going to go back to normal. Um, but I'm going to show you a few things only because it's a few things that I keep on forgetting how to make, even though I invented them. And since I invented them, I can't look them up, and so it's very, very annoying. So the first thing I'm going to be looking up is a couple of the things. This right here is pretty cool. If you get a like 2-tick signal that goes into here, it will just a T flip flop. It's very simple. It's not useful for a lot of things, but I've used it in a few bigger builds. Uh, but I'm going to be talking about all my little hopper things for the most part. And yes, I have a lot of cats here because I actually made a cat farm, which I will talk about in possibly a later episode because that thing is also pretty effective. I actually got a black cat out of it. It's not that bad, actually. Anyways, this right here is one of my hopper clocks. Now, everybody goes for the Etho hopper clock, but I really don't want to hear pistons all the time going back and forth. I already have to listen to all the pistons over here with the melon farm when it goes and I don't really like that. But this does have it's about to be night. Okay, I have a bed on me. But this does have a couple of advantages over the Etho clock on top of everything else. One, this is a count up clock. Now with the so it does actually have a few extra things. It has a very and we're going to sleep, 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 sleep. Faster, faster, faster. This will actually give out a permanent signal going out farther. Like, we'll actually have a growing signal going out. I am pretty sure you could do that with the Etho as well, but it's more or less the same it's more or less the same footprint. It's just 3 wide because of this block and this block, and that's not too bad. And anybody was like, oh, but you can't stack them side by side by side by side by side. It's it's a clock. How many clocks do you need in one spot? But it works off of the same principles. As soon as this turns, I forget which way this works, because either this one, as soon as this one powers up, it turns off. Okay, yeah, this turns off, which turns this on. Yeah, when this turns off, when there's nothing in this thing, this will turn off, which will allow that to turn on, which then turns this on. Or which then both it turns this off right here and also turns, which allows this to turn on and lock it off. There we go. That's how it works. It's been a while since I've been in this world. So give me a break. Anyways, and again, this is more. Again, this is more for me, not for you. because I keep on forgetting how all these things keep on working. Alright, that's weird trying to do that. I would have to rebind that to something else, probably like G or something. But yeah, see, this is my cat, black cat. I did not get this from a witch. This is humanely made. But yeah, this is how the hopper clock, the ether clock usually looks like. You know, it's just like this, and then there's the things there, and there's redstone. Those two are usually the hoppers, and there's a redstone there, and there's the block of redstone on that thing. But what I'm really here to look at is this one. This is my own creation, as far as I know. No one else has ever made this, and it's so small. Look at this. It's small, it's tiny, it's itty bitty. It's only 4 wide, though it is 3 wide. It's a 4 by 3 by 2. And if you don't have enough resources to make hay bales like this, then you can just put redstone on top of there and on top of there, and it'll work the same, which makes it which makes it literally 2 pixels higher. Or is that even 1? That's 1 pixel. Okay, yeah, it makes it 1 pixel higher than 2 blocks, which means it's overall not affecting by anything. Hello, Jim. So yeah, this is so simple too. Like, you have your hoppers here, cool. You have your comparators here, cool. The comparators turn off these two until one is completely empty, and then, as you saw right there, it gives a single flash, and it gives a single flash, and it gives a single flash. And again, this is great because you can do so much. You can have constant lines going out of here, so you feed out and feed back in. And if you need something that goes in a particular order, which is fantastic, you also have you also are able to get 2 different single pulse items on either side. You're able to get a constant pulse out of these 2. It's just very useful. By the way, you can completely reverse these and it won't matter. Like, this one could be on this block and that could be on that block, and it'll still work. It's almost stupid proof unless you completely forget on that one goes here and one goes right over the comparators. This is such a good design, and I prefer it over the Etho clock because, one, less pistons, always less pistons. I'm not willing to cover every hopper I have with composters, so every little bit helps when it comes to lag on my worlds, because I'm not the most lag-friendly inventor. But yeah, this thing is great. Or actually, no, that thing's not too great. The thing that I make that usually is just fantastic is... Oh, yeah, here's a different version of what I had over there. It's bigger. Not by much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 by 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's an older version, and it works just fine. But then I was like, yeah, there's a couple of holes there. Maybe I can figure out a way. And then by some magic, I actually figured out that one. So this is like version 3, because all the way back over here with this one, before they had before they had these, I actually had to have it come out up to here and go over, and then have one go in, and then have it go all the way across, which means it was a lot bigger. It was a total of 5 wide, but that's still not too bad. Again, it's a clock. It doesn't need a whole lot of time. One thing I am actually proud of is not this, but is this. This is a potion maker. And other people are like, oh, but I can make mine in one straight line and all that other type of stuff. I like this design because of a very simple fact that you don't make one set of potions at a time. You make entire groups of them. And let's face it, if you're not making just one potion at a time, then you're going to be making lots of potions. And I mean a lot of potions. So again, here we are. Here's this clock again. See, I use it all the time. And that puts in a signal, and I can turn it off right here. How did I do that on the other one? Oh, I just remade this in my newest world, so I was just like, weird. Anyways, so yeah, so it goes from this clock to a cooldown clock, and then goes into this repeater, and then goes into this repeater, 4 clicks. Nice, nice. That then goes in, then goes to this one, turns it off, which allows this to push out whatever potions it has in it already. Gunpowder, always the last one. And then when that also turns off, it goes all the way over here, turning these two off, which means that it turns this one on, and so on and so forth, all the way up. It has to have this unique kind of pyramid shape because it looks better than the one I just made. What the heck did I do differently? Anyways, this has to be like this, otherwise this right here would activate on this one, and if this is stairs and you have that there, for some reason that still doesn't work, it doesn't make any sense. Anyways, so it can't just be a straight line, otherwise it would all just be this. Just these two, redstone, torch, repeater. And it just goes all the way up, and that way I can have 1, 2, 3, 4. And it just works so nicely, you know? That over there is my bamboo. It's kind of crappy because I kind of made it based off of another bamboo one I made, but it was also, it's also a sugarcane farm. It was also a dripstone farm. It was just all of them just put in one spot. And it was cool, but it doesn't, but it just uses water streams at the end, and it doesn't work very well. It's better to just have the minecart go underneath it if it's just a solo one. The other one was just cool for the concept. So yeah, this thing, that my little version 2 over here. It took me a while to figure out just even that one, but the first one, or the main one I use now, this little 4x3x2 one, is just so small. For some reason, it feels smaller than this. I know it's not smaller than this, but it feels smaller than this. And I'll show you a few other little things I have somewhere. Where would I have those? Again, it's been a while since I've been on here, so if you bear with me. I also have this monstrosity. It hasn't been active for a while, but yeah, my newest version of this and my newest world is so much better too. But I can show you this. This is the simple, like, boom, boom, boom. Nice little clock. Oh wait, that's not a clock. That's, yeah. Well, no, that's not a clock because that doesn't feed back into there. I should have one somewhere. Here we go. This is a little clock I have. It's very simple. This turns off that turns off you, which allows this to turn on, which turns on you, which turns you off, which turns on you. You know, it's just It's just a nice, simple little clock. And there's so much other stuff around there. I like this clock. I use this thing everywhere, like absolutely everywhere, because it's so small. And the funny thing is that this is a recipe item. Look at that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It fits inside the. It would fit inside a workbench, and I just think that's really cool. And I have lost. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm completely lost now. This thing's just massive and ridiculous and all over the place. Like, we have stuff running up there, we have stuff running down there, we have stuff running everywhere. But when it does work, it works. Except for I can't open up this one because I used this to turn off that hopper. But it does work, at least. And then my farms, and you don't care about that, and the mushroom farm, which you wouldn't care about. But yeah, it's these. But yeah, I have a redstone torch. Well, let's start with this. There we go, yeah. Redstone torch, redstone torch, redstone torch. And then, what can I use for that? Yeah, and then redstone. And that clock is just so useful. It's on a 3-tick. Because there's 3, it's a 3-tick type of thing, so it's not the fastest in the world, but it is consistent, it is unbreakable. No matter what you do, it will always just keep on going on and on and on and on and on forever. And yeah, I did this mostly to look at those things, because I always forget how to make them. Like, if I haven't played Minecraft in a few months and I am not on a world where I already have one of these things, I don't know where it is. My latest, what was that? And one of my latest ones for the moss thing, I was actually using this because I was doing the trick where you use an observer to turn on the, or to activate the entire system whenever new stone drops. I ended up just dropping that idea entirely because it's just a bad way of doing things. Like, it doesn't really give you that much. I just put things on I just used basically the other clock over there, and I just used that clock right there, but I extended this out one and put a repeater there at like 3 ticks, and that way when this, so it'd be this here, this here, this here. So I would put a repeater there for 3 ticks, and it's just enough where it just constantly pushes it out every like 5 seconds. And it's actually pretty good. So I think that's going to be it for this one. I'm going to be making some other videos right now, but this one's mostly about these because I really hate forgetting about these, and there's nowhere else on the world that actually has this thing. It's so small and tiny, and I love it, and it's cool. And the fact that I made it makes it awesome. Yeah, so that's all I really wanted to show you. And yes, I have to run all the way back here because there's my skelly horses. They're so nice. Too bad I don't play this world anymore because it kind of just fell apart with what I was trying to do, and I thought it would just be easier to make a new one. But yeah. So yeah, I'm the car bum. This is my car. I forgot my outro. Thank you for watching. I'm the car bum. Now get out of my car. that didn't work.